Hi, Internet. Let's do the Saturday New York Times crossword puzzle for May 30th, 2026. The Saturday puzzle I did last week, I took a real shellacking. I had to use 2 reveals in order to complete the puzzle. So let's hope it goes better today. The constructors we got to work with today are Malaika, Handa, and Erik Agard. I like Erik Agard puzzles. I think I've done a Malaika, Handa puzzle before. This is the first time I can remember them collaborating, so let's see how it goes. I'm John Appleseed, your host here on the channel. Will Shorts, of course, edits the New York Times crossword. And let's see what we've got. Usually there is no theme for a Saturday, just a lot of misdirection and difficult clues. Let's see how it goes. One across, man's name that, like Otto, is also an Italian number. I'm not sure. 1 down, switcheroo. Nope. 2 down is flying blank, a train between Mumbai and Surat. Don't know that. 3 down, do not blank. Do not is capitalized. Don't know what's going on there. 14 across, vet's report, a veterinarian or a veteran maybe. Report. Nope. 17 across, movie trailer narrators. First words often. In a world where crosswords are cooler than they are in the real world. Let's try that. 19 across, prominent ingredient in a Taiwanese chicken soup. Nope. 22 across, swarm. Hive. 1 down, switcheroo. 2 down, the flying blank. It's some kind of India associated word, like the flying Hindu or something. Do not. And I can't think of a 3-letter man's name that is also a 3-letter Italian number. Nope. 4 down. Nuclide, for example. Don't know what that is. 5 down. Abraded. Abraded is like rubbed away. So I don't think it's torn. Abrade, I think, it's like rubbing or friction. 6 down, fabric, debuted by DuPont in the 1940s. I think that's nylon. DuPont's famous for creating nylon. 7 down, Olympic golf gold medalist, blank co. 4 across is missing unexpectedly. Could be AWOL. Orlon is another fabric. Vet's report. I'm going to take nylon out just in case it turns out to be Orlon, because I like AWOL. This would be a W. Yeah, worn away for abraded. Let's try AWOL for missing unexpectedly. Then Orlon for the fabric, debuted by DuPont in the 1940s. 4 down, nuclide. It's not an atom, is it? Something from like chemistry or some kind of very small particle. Maybe it is atom. 19 across, prominent ingredient in a Taiwanese chicken soup. And I don't know this. Golfer. 23 across, roti alternative. Okay, back to India. Cuisine here. Naan is a bread, as is roti. I'm going to look up the difference between naan and roti. They show up quite a bit in the crossword puzzles. 20 down, Mideast yogurt dip eaten with pita. Mid-East, so not raita, but not tzatziki. What is, it'll come to me. 24 down, acknowledges in a way. Nods to or nods at, maybe. 29 across. French or sliced haircut. Is it a bob? I'm not familiar with the terms French bob or sliced bob. It could be something else. Let's come back to that. All right, let's try this corner. 8 across, time's up. The times in which you are up in a baseball game are the at-bats. And I think this is the 3rd time I've seen that clue used for at-bats. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in. 8 down, Princess played by Audrey Hepburn in Roman Holiday. All right, I don't know her character's name. 9 down, some gift shop merch. Could be t-shirts or tees. 10 down, former SNL comic blank Yang is Bowen Yang. He was very funny. 11 down, students might get credit from them. 12 down, semi-professional. And 13 down, low-level cloud. So stratus is a kind of cloud. It's that low-lying, kind of flat cloud cover kind of thing. 16 across is Poogle or Bunny. I'm not familiar with those names, but from the letters we've got, Neopet fits. I remember there is a Neopet, or was a Neopet, kind of like a Tamagotchi electronic thing you take care of. I think that's a Neopet. 18 across, fresh rolls, for example. Rolls capitalized, so maybe like a Rolls-Royce car, so a fresh one would be a new car. I guess Audrey Hepburn's name was Princess Anne in Roman Holiday. Students might get credit from them. AP courses. 12 down is semi-professional. I'm not sure. 21 across, 2014 historical drama in which Stephen James plays the civil rights activist John Lewis. That is probably Selma as a place associated with the civil rights movement. Let's try AP classes instead of courses. That fits. Then last name in magazine publishing, probably Nast, as in Condé Nast. 31 across, music recording space, informally. That would be a studio, or a stew, informally, I guess. Semi-professional. Semi-professional. A team star? 32 across is old political slogan of the women's suffrage and labor movements. No, and 36 across, no more games. A teamster is a professional trucker dealing with semi. Semi means truck here. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, that's why they've got a question mark there. All right, 29 across is French or sliced haircut. I think it's Bob, but I'm not sure. 30 down, strapped for cash, could be broke. So that gives me confidence about that B. If this were a B, yogurt dip, eaten with pita. Something and roses for the political slogan. No more games. It's over. And drinks popular among bodybuilders, probably some kind of shakes. 40 across, what's represented by a jiggled thumbs up in sign language? A jiggled thumbs up. This? Yes? This could be nods at. Does that mean 10? I want this to be an A for shakes. The drink's popular among bodybuilders. Nods at makes sense. I don't know that a jiggled thumbs up is 10, but it kind of makes sense. Something over. I'm going to come back to that section. Okay, so chicken soup, swarm, 26 across is whiz. Nope, 32 down, color effect of a lunar eclipse. Sure, 15 down is a rodent that lives in South American marshes. Don't know that. 27 down, singer Jessie with the hit 2020 album Before Love Came to Kill Us. No, 28 down, like Cheerios, vis-a-vis Lucky Charms, say. Well, I certainly preferred Lucky Charms when I was a kid over Cheerios every time. So I didn't get Lucky Charms very often. 33 down, evening call to kids playing in the yard. Time to come in. Or maybe dinner. 34 down, early hours. The AMs, maybe. There's a B for Bob. Labna is a yogurt dip. A couple ways to spell that. No more games. I think there's something and roses for the old political slogan. 35 down is they hold roasts. Yeah, so some kind of oven pan or tray that would hold a roast. 26 across, that's the whiz. No more game. Game's over. Fun time's over. Fun, well, no. Protein shakes, probably, for the drinks popular among bodybuilders. Let's try dinner for the evening call to the kids to come in for dinner time. Playtime. Playtime's over. For no more games, yes. 32 down is the color effect of a lunar eclipse. A blood moon is what they call that when it appears the moon is turned that coppery red color with the shadow of the earth on it. This is probably a swamp rat. Probably some kind of rat. It lives in a marsh, so it's a swamp rat. Bread and roses. Bread and roses. I don't know that I've heard that before. Despite my AP U.S. history class, you'd think I would have. If that was a popular slogan from two political movements in the U.S., it might have shown up, but I don't remember it. Singer Jesse Meyer, maybe? Like Cheerios, vis-a-vis Lucky Charms. Oatier. Cheerios are made with oats. A whiz is a pro. Peaceful, so to speak. Maybe that's Zen and Jesse Reyes. Sounds like it might be a plausible name. Okay, I'm going to guess that is right. Bread and roses, playtime's over, protein shakes. Those all look correct. Do I want to go back and try and finish the top of the puzzle? And let's finish with the bottom. 38 across, Quintana blank, easternmost of Mexico's 31 states. I think that's Quintana Roo. 41 across, organization that includes the Forest Service. They're part of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. 50 across, express misgivings. Don't know. 55 across, like Marilyn Monroe's beauty mark. Don't know that. 58 across, popular export from Islay or Speyside. I think those are places known as producing Scotch whiskey. Sorry, Scotch. Scotch and soda. Mud in your eye, baby, do I feel high? Oh me, oh my. Do I feel higher than a kite can fly? Give me lovin', baby, I feel high. Let's try Scotch for that. I put 37 down as prudish for pearl clutching. Pearl clutching kind of showing fake horror at some moral misgiving of somebody else. To express misgivings could be to demur. Oh, and I put in Prosecco for the Italian sparkling wine. I think that's right. I guess Marilyn Monroe's beauty mark is iconic. Honshu is one of the Japanese islands. I think that may be right. So prudish would work for the down. Prosecco, blood moon. High-ranking women in The Handmaid's Tale. Are they aunts? I haven't seen it or read the book. 51 down, rolling in it, is Rich and Wicked director John M. Chu. Okay, we've got two proper names. I'm pretty sure it's Honshu for the Japanese island. And John M. Chu sounds plausible. Okay, so I think that corner is done. 43 across, agency issued rules for short would be regulations or regs. We have a for short in the clue to indicate we're going to use a shortened word. 52 across, mutual aid event that originated in 1920s Harlem. A mutual aid event. Don't know, 44 down. See what I mean? Get it? Maybe? 45 down, perpetual homebody. So, somebody who stays at home would be a homebody. Why is the question mark there? Perpetual homebody. So probably some sort of joke that I'm not getting. 53 down, popcorn holders. You get a tub of popcorn at a movie theater. 54 down, ballet term from the French for folded. Okay, I know this because of French. Plié means folded in French, and I know that is a ballet term as well. They hold roast. I think it's oven pans. prosperous period. Well, that's probably a boom as opposed to a bust. Mutual aid event. 57 across. Gathering with grills and grills. So grills as in cookout and grills as in the fronts of cars. Is it some kind of car show? A cookout / car show. And I don't know what it is. 59 across, part of a cabinet that's made overseas. No, word used in conditional coding. Okay, that's probably else. If then else statements are used in coding, and it gives us a sense of conditional there. Perpetual homebody is some kind of word for like a hermit or a no, part of a cabinet that's made overseas. See what I mean? They hold roast oven something. 47 down, make a delivery in a way. To orate is to make the delivery of a speech. 48 down, mammal with webbed feet. I think otters have those. And I learned just recently that otter and water come from the same Indo-European root word. They both mean water. 49 down, personality test co-inventor, Isabel Briggs. The Briggs-Myers test is something I've heard of. So 62 across, settings for some residents, trainee doctors here, ERs. Part of a cabinet that's made overseas. Are we talking about a political cabinet? Gathering with grills and grills. Mutual aid event that originated in 1920s Harlem. Okay, it's probably some kind of party. Gathering. I'm not sure. Oven bags are used for cooking roast, just kind of seal in the juices, I guess. Oh, tailgate is the gathering with grills and grills. You're grilling by your car, so that is a tailgate party. Then what is 53 down? Popcorn holders, bins. Mutual aid event. I like party. See what I mean? Maybe get me a minister. So a cabinet in the U.S. administration has secretaries, but most cabinets overseas are made up of ministers if they're using the Westminster parliamentary system. Popcorn tins. Perpetual homebody is a snail because he carries his house around on his back. Maybe this is a rent party and popcorn tins. Yeah, you might buy a tin of flavored popcorn from like Harry and David or something like that. Okay, so I think that corner is done. All right, let's finish this off and see if we can do it with no reveals as opposed to last week. Man's name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, the word for 10 is probably Decci or something like that. Or an Italian song, an Italian number. Although auto is the word for 8. I don't know what one across is. Switcheroo. Flying blank. And do not something. Nuclide. So a veteran reporting his experience in the war might tell a war story. Lydia Ko sounds like a plausible name for the golf gold medalist. There's going to be some kind of oil for the prominent ingredient in a Taiwanese chicken soup. Maybe war instead of worn. Then we can get sesame oil, which is common in Asian dishes. Atom for nuclide. I'm going to have to look up nuclide and see exactly what that is. So Orlon Liddy, okay, I think the downs are right there. Do not erase might appear on a board. Swarm, to team with activity. Flying Rani, I think, is like some kind of queen or royal. That might be the name of a train, some kind of royal figure in India. Tre, twist is twist like a switcheroo in a plot. So tre, T-R-E, I think would usually, well, I would think it would have a Y on the end as a man's name, but I think that's probably a common variant. So I think T will finish the puzzle. So we did get the Italian word for three in the corner. So that's three in the corner. That's three in the spotlight, losing its religion. I always like to do that whenever possible. It doesn't happen often, but often I get to do a little homage to the good folks over at the other YouTube channel, Cracking the Cryptic, which I'm a big fan of. All right, so twist, Ronnie, Trey. I think I was... Yeah, I didn't think of that as a man's name because I would think it would have a Y on the end. But yeah, that works. That's perfectly fine. Sesame oil. I think I put nylon in at first, but then AWOL told me that was wrong. This whole section was just difficult. Vet's report. I didn't think of war story. I didn't know Lydia's name, so that didn't help. In a world came pretty early, and I was thinking this ingredient was going to be, like some kind of spice or carrot or some kind of vegetable that would go in a Taiwanese chicken soup. Swarm is a synonym for team. That was difficult. Over here, Selma really helped me out. Neopet was difficult. I had N-E and T, I think, in here already. Cy Bunny gives you a hint that it's a kind of animal-like thing, like a pet. Teamster that's a clever clue. I like that. Bread and roses. I'm going to have to look that up. Women's suffrage and labor movements. Bread and roses. See what exactly they were getting at there. I assume that they were saying that they can work but still be feminine, still be women, I guess. They can earn bread but still be the roses of popular culture, because that was probably the objection to women in the workplace back then. Playtime's over. Protein shakes. Zen, I like that. Reyes, spelled with a Z at the end, is a little unusual in my limited experience, but yeah, Zen had to give us the hint there. Quintana Roo is a place that the first time I saw it, I looked it up to make sure, because R-O-O doesn't seem like a Spanish ending to me, but it is a place, and I remember it because it has that unusual spelling. Honshu, I learned in a geography class long ago, is one of the 4 major islands of the Japanese islands. Snail, that's a clever clue. Didn't come to me at all for Perpetual homebody. And oven bags. Yeah, I kind of had to get a lot of crossings to figure out what was going in the oven there. All right, a good Saturday puzzle. No theme. Didn't have to reveal anything, so I'm happy with that. And we did it in around 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 16 seconds, so that is a good time for me for a Saturday puzzle. All right, thanks for joining me. Please come back for more puzzle games. I'll see you next time.